So you're going to put your house on the market, but it needs a little TLC, right? Because you want it to look its very best. These are the guys that you need to talk with, and we'll talk about that next. Today, we are with Nick and Charles from Lana Property Services, and their specialty is making your house look as best as it can. So, I have a client, and they want to put their house on the market and get the top dollar, but their house has been lived in, it doesn't shine like a new penny anymore. What should they do?
It depends what they need done. If it's been painted, then we don't paint it. But if it needs painting, we can paint the place, whether it's a full paint or partial paint, just to make it look good for show.
Gotcha.
It depends on what the owner really wants.
Okay.
But we thoroughly go in and clean the house. We try our best to save appliances. Say a oven's burnt really bad, or
right.
Instead of replacing, which is very costly to the owners, we try to save the cost of the owners and try to save tubs and showers, shower doors, ovens, refrigerators. Try to save the money and make the properties look and the appliances look as new as they can.
So you come in, you do a cleaning. Well, before you even get to the cleaning, will you come out and talk with my client, just do an evaluation and maybe give an idea what it's going to cost?
Right, because some people are selling because they don't have money.
Right.
And so we try to work it in their budget as much as we can do to keep their costs down.
Right.
And of course make it look as good as possible. We also give senior discounts, and that's really important to us to give senior. And now, with what's going on now, we give first responder discounts too.
Oh, wow, okay. So let's find out some of the things that they can actually do for your home to make it look, as best as possible. So I've seen some of your before and after pictures. Can you describe some of the things that you've done?
We got plenty of before and after photos. We keep good records of all of our work. We do bathtub reglazing. This is something that can definitely save a client a lot of money.
In the older houses, and people again,
the
they don't have, and they don't have money. They have a pink bathtub, a blue bathtub,
sure.
And they want to make it look as new, more modern as they can. They don't have the money to have a bathroom remodel. Then we can change the tub and redo the tub and reglaze it white.
Really?
Even the tile, just to upgrade it somewhat to make it look better. And a lot of these people don't have, it's going to cost money to tear out those sinks that are inside tile counters, and people don't have the money.
Sure.
Instead of pulling out the sinks then you have to retile, do all that work.
Right.
So instead of just doing that, just glaze the sink as it sits in there.
Wow.
And it'll look great again.
If I've got an elderly parent, aunt or something, and they pass away and they just leave their house, and I don't know where to turn to they got a whole house full of stuff, they call you guys?
Sure. And if they have a designated place, which we've done recently, to move people, we could do that too. It's not our forte, but there's not a lot of stuff that we won't do.
So if I have an elderly relative that maybe we're going to move to a care facility, then I would call you guys, and you guys could help move the stuff. You guys could help make the house look as best as possible so we can get it sold, and just take all that stress off of me, the homeowner, the relative.
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do all that. Something else that we do is we like to, as opposed to you trying to fit numerous a carpet cleaner, a painter, somebody to reglaze the tub, and a cleaner all into the schedule, say throughout the month. If you have one person that comes and does all of it, this tends to get rid of a lot of unwanted, gets rid of a lot of...
Well, there's been times where you have a certain, I want to get this house turned over in a month and sold or re-rented or whatever.
Right.
So when you're hiring someone to gut it out or haul stuff out, then someone comes and does some maintenance, then you have to paint it, then you have to clean the carpet.
You got to get all these scheduled in the right order.
So if you can find one person that does all or most of that, you're going to turn it over quicker. Because there's instances like we've turned a whole house over, we've hauled stuff out, painted the house, cleaned the house, did the carpet, did some yard work, and had it done in 3 or 4 days. All of that. Where if you had different vendors doing each of those things, you're behind. Sometimes I've had instances people are behind a month or 2 because you depend on other vendors, and we're behind, and then the next guy's behind. Before you know it, you're over a month out.
So you said the yard, the landscaping. So if I have a house that's got the overgrown bushes and stuff,
Yeah, mow all that down, get it cleaned up. We don't do landscaping, but we do clean up.
you make it look presentable. Because you guys do so much. What is it you don't do?
What we don't do is remodels, tear out bathrooms, kitchens, remodel, tear out flooring, put new flooring in, new carpeting, stretching carpet, the heavier kind of contractor type work.
Right.
So we will do the lighter end of it, again, at less cost to the owners or the renters.
I have a client, they call me up, and it's an older house, needs a little work. My first thing is to give you a call. I'm a real estate agent. I don't know if you guys knew that. And my time is valuable, and I don't want to spend all day, coordinating schedules and repairman and things like this. So I'm thinking I just give you guys a call, and you guys will go out and take a look, tell me all the things you can do, all the things that we should do to get the most value out of our bang for our buck. And then you'll tell me maybe we need a whole new something or other, and you have someone else that you can help me with that.
Yeah. So as soon as you give us a call, we're gonna come in and basically assess your needs based off what you tell us, whatever your client has told you,
Right.
and then we're gonna assess the unit or the house ourselves, and see what needs to be done versus what we can do.
Gotcha.
And if there's something that if they want the carpet cleaned, but say it ultimately needs to be replaced, we're going to be honest and we're going to let you know that you should probably replace it as opposed to just trying to get some money from you and cleaning it ourselves.
And whether it's needed or required or not, we always, whatever work we do, we always have before and after pictures of everything we do.
Okay.
Everything we do.
Very nice. And we'll take a look at some of those. How long have you been doing this?
Well, since 1991.
91?
Yeah.
So you know your stuff.
Yeah, I was very young then. But yeah, I know my stuff. I've learned through trial and error.
Right.
Through all those years. You deal with easy clients and hard to deal with clients, and people that are emotional because they're either being evicted or they're selling their home that they're so attached to. I've learned how to deal with those emotions with people. You have to approach people how you'd want to be approached. Sometimes you have to just put yourself and use your heart and be there where they're at.
Right.
And understand the feeling of loss, which happens a lot when you're selling homes, right? Because they're forced to do so.
Exactly.
So you have to treat them with kid gloves and how you'd want your mother or someone to be treated.
Wow. Well, is there anything else that I need to know before we wrap up today? Because I know you guys your schedule's pretty tight. I'm feeling very glad that I could get you guys in.
We appreciate that. But if you need our services and want honesty and dependability with wonderful, wonderful references that you're welcome to check, feel free to give us a call.
Well, thank you guys so much for a couple of minutes today, and I'm really looking forward to working with you some more.
Sure we are. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you've got anything out of this, please go ahead and share with all your friends and family and your real estate agent, because he needs or she needs to know about these guys. And also go ahead and click and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. And Treasure Valley Dave, always looking forward to helping you get home.